Pardon? He requested to be here, yeah. He's going to speak about a drug program. Call the January 20th meeting of the Fairbury City Council to order. Roll call.
Norris.
Here.
Gertis Hipsch. Yes. Hostleton.
Here.
Kennett.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Hoffman.
Here.
Slagle.
Here.
Zimmerman.
Here. Nancy, our clerk, is not here tonight. This is Jan Ziegenhorn. She's our treasurer, so any of you haven't had an opportunity to meet Jan, this is Jan. She's going to be filling in tonight. Would you all stand and say the pledge, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you have a copy of the minutes of the January 6th meeting in front of you? Are there any additions or corrections?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Have motion on the floor from Alderman Slagle, second from Alderman Norris to approve the minutes as presented. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Gertis Hipsch. Yes. Hostleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
You have a copy of the board report listing the bills. It's pretty lengthy, as are most of the month's bills. Are there any questions? Would anyone pay the bills?
I move that we accept them.
Have a motion on the floor from Alderman Zimmerman, second from Alderman Weber to approve the board report listing the bills. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Gertis Hipsch. Yes. Hostleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
You have a report, copy of the treasurer's cash report for the month of December that takes us through the end of the actual calendar year. Are there any questions, additions, corrections? It's the balance of all the accounts.
Nice to see us get some of that video gaming money in finally.
We're getting that. Motor fuel, we're starting to get the funds back that they've been holding, so it's all starting to show up again.
Make a motion to approve, Mayor.
A motion on the floor from Alderman Kennett, second from Alderman Slagle to approve the treasurer's cash report for the month of December. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Gertis Hipsch. Yes. Hostleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
And finally, you have a copy of the check register for the month of December. That's all the checks that were written into the various accounts to pay the bills that you previously approved.
Tough not to approve that. I'll make a motion.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Have a motion floor from Alderman Kennett, second from Alderman Hoffman to approve the check register for December 2015. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Gertis Hipsch. Yes. Hostleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Seth Uphoff had requested to be here to speak about his drug program. I don't think Seth is here. And Doug Aaron's not here, so we'll just proceed on down to Martin.
This is just
time.
Frank?
Nothing at this time.
Is Dwayne here? Chief?
Your Honor, I submitted a report, assuming the council received that. That would be my report.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know, this is this is R.T. Fenney. R.T.'s been working with us for policy, and he's our interim chief while Mike's on medical leave. So. If you have any questions about the report that R.T. do we want to go over that later, or later in the meeting, or just?
It's whatever the council.
Okay. You got the report. If you have any questions, we can delve into it. Leroy?
Nothing this time.
Paul?
Nothing.
Alderman Norris?
No.
Alderman Gertis Hips?
No.
Alderman Hasselton?
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Kennett?
Just wanted to mention, there have been some contact with some of these people, is that correct? Brad and Frank?
Yes.
Is that going to be, can you elaborate on that? I know there was quite a discussion 2 weeks ago, and wondered if you could elaborate on that at all, what's been done?
We met with the president of the homeowners association. Our original agreement was we were going to work with them to try to get things straightened out. So I've been in contact with them, or with him, and what we're looking at is producing a letter to send to people in the original part of the subdivision so that we can get some time so we could actually do inspections. During the week from 7 to 4, we found 9 people home, so that's not going to cut it. We're probably looking at weekends or something like that to be able to do this. But we're trying to work with the homeowners association so they understand what we're doing too, so they can talk to people along with us, so it's not all one-sided here. So that's where we're at right now. We should have the letter produced there pretty soon. And Tim wanted the homeowners association to take a look at it. They were supposed to meet, I think, next week or something. So we were going to go.
What have you found so far out there?
Brandon, you remember what we found?
Most of the 9 houses that we looked at, almost 100% positive without actually digging up or running a sewer, running a camera down their toilet. Footing tiles are existent and hooked into the city sewer main. No downspouts were found to be going in the ground, and if they did, we saw the outfall either down the berm or somewhere adjacent to the house. As far as sump pumps, we weren't able to get in anybody's house. I wasn't going to force my way in anybody's home. So some of them told us that they're not really sure what their sump pump does because we told them we didn't see any lines coming out of the basement or out into the creek. So they didn't know for sure. And then we spoke with one resident up there who personally had put in a lot of the sewer systems and told us which houses he knows for sure that there are footing tiles hooked into the sewer.
Okay.
So we have a list going, moving as fast as we can. It's a process.
And basically what we've decided is once we've got a list of where we're at, then we need to decide how we're going to approach this. Whether it's going to be let's dig it all up and reroute it or whatever. But that's where we're at so far. I believe I talked to Walt here about a week ago or something like that.
Yeah, about a week.
It's been about a week. So we're still trying. As you heard, we've not had success getting in all the houses. So the letters are going out in conjunction with homeowners association. Hopefully they'll help us get in. We don't want, well, as Brad said earlier, when we were talking about finances for the sewer system, they don't want to go out and play Gestapo and force their way in the house, but if it gets to the point that we're not getting cooperation, we'll have to do something.
Leroy, did you say something about it while putting in a standpipe or a drain, at least for the interim until some,
Right.
I mean, for some of the places, at least to.
Put a standpipe, put it in, then you make a rubber check valve, you can go down into your floor drains. Other than that,
At least in the interim, protect the homes. In the interim, anyway.
Thanks, Leroy.
Thank you.
Alderman Weber, Alderman Hoffman,
Nothing.
Alderman Slagle,
nothing.
Alderman Zimmerman.
Yes. We've also already briefly discussed doing the promotion articles and
Discover Central Illinois. And since there's a deadline as far as whether or not we're going to be promoting Fairbury in that periodical of February 1st, I'd like to bring it to a vote if we could.
We got it, it's listed on the agenda. It's on the agenda already. Yep. Okay, old business, the monthly utility billing, I think that a recap of that is, that's what we discussed in the finance committee meeting earlier, is what we're gonna do for financing this new sewer project. And the committee had basically authorized Leroy and the sewer department to start coming up with some numbers to go to the monthly billing versus the every 2 months. But we have the capabilities now to do it, and with the radio read meters and with the system we've got, we can do it. And this will actually, it'll move our cash flow, bring it in quicker. There's going to be a rate, there have to be a rate increase at some point, but what it does is it gets it in quicker, and it's going to get people used to that this is the way it's going to be. So anybody else want to elaborate on that, or? That pretty much covered, Brad? Any other old business? If not, Gary Vance's term is expiring on the Zoning Board of Appeals. He's agreed he would like to stay on, so I'd like to appoint him to the Zoning Board of Appeals if that meets with everybody's. You have a copy of the resolution in front of you. Just need a motion on it, yes. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion floor from Alderman Weber, second by Alderman Kennett to reappoint Gary Vance to a 5-year term on the Zoning Board of Appeals. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Curtis Hipsch.
Yes.
Hustleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Next item of business is the revolving loan that John Starn, that we discussed with in the Finance Committee meeting last week. Went over the particulars about it for a new business venture that he wants to start. Discussion on that.
Didn't we already?
Pardon?
We went into open session, didn't we?
Yeah. No, we got to vote on doing it here. We got to vote on making the loan. We couldn't vote on, all we did is agree that we're going to do it.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor from Alderman Slagle, second by Alderman Weber, to approve the revolving loan application from John Strong in the amount of $30,000. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Curtis Hipsch.
Yes.
Hustleton.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Next item, we have a ramp, and I see Brad's here with us. Down at the meat shop, they would like to put in a handicapped ramp so they can get in the front door. Brad, did you want to elaborate? You all have a drawing in your packet.
Yeah, hopefully you've got a drawing there. Basically, the front door of the meat shop, as you may know, has 2 small steps going up to it, so we don't have a handicap accessible ramp. We'd like to put a 48-inch square pad right outside the door. We'd actually take the outside door off. We'll put a new door on the inside. There's 2 doors there. The inner door we're going to replace, and then take the outer door off and leave it off. When you come out of the door, if you turn to the right, there'd be a 10-foot ramp going down on the sidewalk. If you turn to the left, there'd be 1 step to get down to the ground level. It's all aluminum platform, aluminum ramps.
So you'd be putting in basically what same thing that I think that's what Lawson Time.
Yeah, I think it's actually the same manufacturer.
Okay.
It's a real similar material.
Okay.
Does it have to be 10 foot long, below 10 inches?
Well, it's a 10-inch rise, and I think the standard is 1 inch per foot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, even at 10 feet, that's still going to keep it pretty much in front of your building.
Well, if it doesn't, the building next to it is ours too.
Okay, so you own the building next to it, so it wouldn't be a problem.
We won't get on anybody else's
Okay.
property in the way, so.
How far do you plan on going? Couple more buildings?
We've got enough for now.
Fair enough. Anyone have any questions for
Is this
Brad?
something that they're
Yes.
funding themselves? Or?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Are you funding this yourself? or-
Yeah, they're funding it themselves.
I make a motion, we do it.
And second.
Have a motion on the floor from Alderman Weber, second from Alderman Norris to approve the request from Brad Steidinger, Steidinger Meats to allow them to put a handicap ramp at Steidinger Meats. Roll call.
Norris?
Yes.
Curtis Hitch?
Yes.
Hustleton?
Yes.
Kennett?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Slagle?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Thanks, Brad. Good luck.
We're not showing precedent here, are we?
Pardon?
Well, we all need a ramp.
Speak for yourself. Next item on the agenda, we have Paul here. Basically, thanks for coming, people. It's approve the resolution to abate the 2015 bond payment under the ordinance. These are the firehouse bonds, I believe, aren't they, Paul?
One's the firehouse, one's the city.
Yeah, the first one, the one from June 5 of 2012, that $500,000 bond is for the firehouse, and basically will be abating a payment of what's $38,100. So we won't be collecting that from the taxpayers. We're going to pay that out of our general funds.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Okay. I have a motion on the floor from Alderman Slagle, second from Alderman Zimmerman to approve the resolution abating a levy for 2015 for bonds issued under ordinance 2012-3. Roll call.
Norris?
Yes.
Curtis Hitch?
Yes.
Hustleton?
Yes.
Kennett? Weber?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Slagle?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
The next one is to abate the bonds from 2008-10. That's the bond issue that was $170,000 GO bond for this city hall building. The amount of that levy will be abating is $25,587.50 that we'll be paying out of the general versus adding it on to the taxpayers. I think we have, what do we have, Leo? One more year? 16. This next year it'll pay for itself. So.
Make a motion to approve that one also.
Okay.
Second.
Which one is? Okay. Motion for Alderman Slagle, second from Alderman Hoffman. Jerry pointed your way to approve the abatement of the 2015 bonds due under the ordinance 2008-10. Roll call.
Norris?
Yes.
Curtis Hitch?
Yes.
Hustleton?
Yes.
Kennett? Weber?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Slagle?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Okay, now we have the magazine article, or the advertising that Terry was talking, Alderman Zimmerman was talking about. It's what we had discussed it previously, the funding of it in the committee meeting, and we have a letter from the group that wants to. You want to elaborate on it a little bit, Terry, so
Yeah.
people here know what we're
I
talking
don't know
about?
who has the magazine right now.
That's right here.
Flip it around to Terry.
The Discover Central Illinois is a promotional magazine for communities in Central Illinois that basically advertises their events and the things about their communities that they would like to be known. And it is printed 60,000 copies, and it's distributed throughout state visitor centers and various the counties throughout Central Illinois in order to attract people from out of the area. And because Fairbury has never been in it before, the editor is offering us a one-page promotion page in 4-color, plus a 2-page article for $1,800 rather than the normal 4-color price of, let me see here, normally 4 colors for a full page is $2,500, and then if we were to print 2 additional pages in just 1 color, they would be $1,364 a page. So it's a major savings. the specialty shops and the businesses in the Fairbury area, feels like it would be a good thing to attract additional people to the city. So we would like to,
Terry?
yes.
Just curious, are they listed alphabetically? Do I gather that? It'd be nice if we could be close to Pontiac. I mean, let's face it, if they're 15 miles away, if we could say, hey, we're close
We
to Pontiac.
might be able to suggest that to them. And the thing is that,
I can suggest that.
It just seemed to me that, hey, you're in Pontiac, Pontiac gets lots and lots of tourists.
and
And it'd be nice, hey, 10 miles away.
they put these in all the tourist visitor centers and all that throughout the state. And it figures out that we're paying 3 cents a copy for the magazine is what it comes down to. Published once a year, for that price, they're gonna publish 60,000 copies. So it's a pretty good deal.
I don't know how they have them in here, but they do, because they're not alphabetical by page anyway.
Yeah, the front
But
page.
they do have an index at the front with a map that shows the towns that are in it. So you can clearly see pretty obviously the Fairbury and Pontiac.
And this fits in real nicely with,
That'd be nice to stress that, or somehow, or thought.
it fits nicely with the group that's been meeting downstairs and the objectives they're trying to come up to promote Fairbury, and with what the group that, I think I see Mrs. Pawlowski, Diane here, with what all those people have been doing to promote Fairbury. This is just something added to help with their efforts.
I'll make a motion, let's do it.
I'll second it. I'll go second it.
Pardon? Okay, have a motion on the floor from Alderman Weber, second from Alderman Slagle to purchase a full-color ad in the Central Illinois Media Guide in the amount of $1,800. Roll call.
Norris.
Yes.
Curtis Hipsch.
Yes.
Cossington.
Yes.
Kennett.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Slagle.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
This is just an FYI, we have a letter from Lorna, she's our attorney who represents us, that she sent to ICOPS that the contract is up. We received one from ICOPS, so we'll be getting together to start bargaining. We'll be sitting down here sometime in the next very few weeks with everybody and start bargaining a new contract for the police department. I have an FYI from the comptroller, the audit we sent in, they want us to basically, we're going to have to work with the library and separate part of them out. The way we've always done it, they want part of the library stuff separately apparently. Is that how we interpret it now?
Well, you either separate them totally,
Yeah.
and they do their own AFR, or they incorporate their financial and the AFR together.
Okay.
So,
We got to work that out with the library board and accountants. And
Has it been done wrong all this time?
no, it's just, the state.
Every time you get a new CPA, you get in trouble.
No, actually, every time politics changes in Springfield, you get it.
Yeah.
So it's same as the plumbing license. We get a new physician down there. Well, that don't work. Let's go.
They're not in the budget, so they got time.
I've got no sidewalk requests. We have a copy of the overtime report. And I see in Chief Finney's, if you look on the front page here, he's got a breakdown of the overtime and exactly what it was attributed to. Thanks, Chief. That makes it simple to understand.
Nice info.
Yeah. And it's the report. If you go through it, it's basically where we were on rest, what's been done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, do you have anything you wanted to add to that, Chief? Or?
No, other than the State's Attorney's program, he did set some dates
Did he?
for Dwight, Pontiac, and Fairbury. There's a flyer in your package,
Right.
and there's flyers out on the table for the public that will occur at the high school. And if you look at,
They've got one here for the 24th of February.
yes,
Okay.
February 24th at 6:30,
Okay.
in regards to prescription and heroin awareness.
Okay.
Did you hear from him why he didn't, I thought he was gonna be here tonight.
He planned on it, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure why he's not here. I think he is going to attend another one before this meeting, or before the community awareness
Okay.
meeting.
And I thought I saw Doug. There he is. Okay. Doug had wanted to address this earlier, and we we allow 5 to 10 minutes for that part of it. So Doug wanted to, he made a presentation about Sister City to the group downstairs. He's here now, so we'll drop in this comment section.
Thanks for having me. I'm involved with Fairbury Attractions, getting involved with it, and I'm a big ambassador of Fairbury. I push it however I can. This winter I was sitting around here just the beginning of the month, and we got to talking about our sister city in Fairbury, Nebraska. Come to find out it's more just than a sister city. The guy from here, whose name was Woodford G. McDowell, he moved out to Fairbury, Nebraska in the 1880s. And he not only took the name of Fairbury with him, he took the whole plot of Fairbury. He set down the plot of Fairbury just like we have it here, down to where the water tower is, down to where the bank is, down to where City Hall is. They even have a fairgrounds and racetrack just south of town.
How's things going now?
Now, what got me interested in this also was it's Fairbury. It's only a town of 3,900, just like us. And I'm going to tell you, they have 3 hotels and a whole handful of bed and breakfasts. And you ask why and how. Well, when he went out there, and also it's the county seat of the county, okay? 3,900 people. In the whole county, there's only 7,200. So everything in that county goes to basically Fairbury, Nebraska. They are set on where Fairbury, Nebraska is, the Rock Island Railroad going east and west back in the day. That was their main way to get out west. The Union Pacific ran north and south. That was their main way to get north and south. That's in Fairbury, Nebraska. The Pony Express route, if you go down to Hayworth, it's 134, 136, 136. Takes you straight over to Fairbury, Nebraska. That is the Wells Fargo stagecoach line. That is the Pony Express line. That is where Rock Island Railroad took their railroad west. So it became a big hub. Also, the Oregon Trail, where they drove cattle back in the 1880s, come up right through Fairbury. So they have all this history there. Rock Island Railroad has a museum there. Fairbury, Nebraska has their own museum there. They have, Wells Fargo Stagecoach has a museum there. Like I said, the Oregon Trail come up through there. A little history, Kit Carson lived there for a long time. It's the first place where Wild Bill Hickok shot and killed his first person. So they have a lot of history. They have a lot of tourism in that town. And like I said, it's only a town the size of Fairbury, the same as we are. So I start calling people over there, and I talked to the city administrator. I talked to the Chamber of Commerce several times. She's a real nice gal. I've talked to the Journal News. I've talked to the VFW commander, Denise Anderson, who's a curator at the Fairbury Museum, several people on the Jefferson County board, also their VFW and Legion guys help out at the racetrack, just like here. So I've talked to the radio, and especially to a lady named Julie Katz, who's in their downtown development and owns Fairbury.com, and she is really into downtown development, what's going on there. I've got a hold of Terry. He has got a lot of, and I don't know if he's shared it with you yet, there's a lot of folders, a lot of information they put out as far as tourism go. So they are very, very big into tourism there. They know what's going on. They said they're already, and they love history there, as you can tell. They already are putting a bus together to come to Fairbury, Illinois this summer, because they were so impressed with after they got on our website. I told them that we're interested in the economic development and things like that, the tourism part. They are really interested in the agricultural part that we got going here in town, and how we do with the races. Now, their fairgrounds is only a very small fairgrounds. It's just got a covered grandstand. They hold just one race there a month, so they only have 4 or 5 races. They have tractor pulls, they have a lot of stuff, city stuff that goes on there, and county stuff. I can see the tourism in this town has just exploded money-wise, because in that little town, they have an airport, besides 3 hotels. They have and all the museums. They also have a hospital, the size of Pontiac, right there. They have their courthouse, just like Pontiac, big, huge, brand new courthouse. The hospital's brand new. I think we could learn a lot from them as far as tourism goes, and they are willing to help us. And like I said, they are really interested in the way that we operate here as far as agricultural goes, and how we do with the races out here. That really piques their interest. So, I've talked to all these people. There's 5 or 6 on the county board I talked to too. They're all wanting to do something together as sister cities. I think we could help each other a lot here. I got hold of Terry, like I said, because that's who kind of Leroy directed me to. But I just like let the council know what was going on, and hope. Terry's got all these phone numbers to the chamber, everybody else, to the city administrator, and I wish everybody would give somebody a call there. I would like to get the chamber here involved. I haven't talked to them yet, but I want to go talk to them. Maybe send them some chamber dollars. Maybe the city send them a little money. Because I think whatever we send them, they bring a bus out here of 50 people and stay. That money's, they're going to come back and spend that money anyway here. And also from what we can learn from them in the tourism business.
Where are they located, John?
Pardon me?
Where is it located in?
Fairbury, Nebraska is in Jefferson County.
How far from?
It's an 8-hour drive.
To Omaha?
Omaha is 60, I think the map said 60, it's just north, 60 some miles.
About 535 miles.
That's an amazing thing, because you look at, besides, they got all these museums, they also have, and being the county seat, they also have 2 state parks there, and a couple of lakes about the size of Lake Bloomington. So a town of 3,900, they are doing very well out there. And like I said, I don't think I know that we can help them, they can help us. I just want to make the council aware of it. I'd like some help. Like I said, it's kind of exploding, because they want to come out here right away. And I would like the backing of the council, along with the chamber, which I'm going to talk to, but just to let you know that's what's going on. Maybe Terry can add a little more. He's got they sent me a big packet of all this tourism stuff.
Well, I spoke to Julie Katz this afternoon, and she didn't have a lot of time to talk, but she is very interested in seeing what could develop between the 2 communities. And we talked briefly, one of the events that we're talking about developing for this summer is a Taste of Fairbury event. And she and I spoke about that event, that if it's to happen, that perhaps that would be a good time for them to come out. And they could experience a little bit of the products that are produced in this area, see some of the agriculture projects that are going on in the area, and so she's willing to talk about it further. So that's kind of where it's at right now.
And I think if you're going to talk to the chamber and get them involved, and I know you made a nice presentation to the group that Terry has meeting, and between the 3 of it, the 3 of us groups get our heads together, and Terry's already got a good handle on it, and just see what we can do to maybe have a sister city.
Yeah, we couldn't find a place like, it's the Fairbury. Why?
Is there any questions, any more questions? 'Cause
Where are the museums, what type?
Pardon me?
What type of museum is it?
Well, they have their own museum because they're really, there's a lot of, since it was a big cattle town and hub in the 1880s, there was a lot of Wild West stuff that went on there. Like I said, Kit Carson stayed there for a long time, and Wild Bill Hickok. The Rock Island, there's the Rock Island Railroad Museum, plus there's another museum that used to be the Union Pacific, because they crossed there, but I take it that that's been taken over by somebody else. So there's that museum, the Pony Express, Wells Fargo Stagecoach has a museum where their main stopping place was. There's a place there for the Oregon Trail, there's a museum there, and like I said, they're also well known for the windmills. They have a Fairbury Windmill Company, it's called, and I guess they make turbines out there, is what I'm seeing. So I haven't got into that part of it yet. But like I said, for a community that size, 3,900, for them to have a hospital like Pontiac and a courthouse like Pontiac, and 3 hotels, and a bunch of bread and breakfast, that's just amazing. So I know that they could help us. She's all excited, Julie is, about helping us out in the tourism part of it. And then one more question I want to ask, which I brought up at the meeting, and maybe you don't have to talk about it, but just about the tourism money for the state.
If the place, the towns, the cities, Pontiac gets tourism money, it comes from hotel motel tax.
That's it.
That's where the tourism money comes from, most of it. Wayne?
Okay, we have this gaming money and we're always handing it out. Can we use that for this purpose?
We can use it, but his question was about the gaming money, and that's been brought up. Or not the gaming money, the tourism.
Right.
The towns that are getting the big chunks of money are the ones that, if you go stay in a motel in Bloomington, anywhere in the state of Illinois, they've all got a hotel motel tax, and the state gets a pretty good portion of that. And that's what they use to give back to, say, Pontiac, because Pontiac's got several, motels, hotels, whatever you want to call them over there. And that's where they generate the money, so consequently, the part that the state has in their kitty, that's where the money goes back to, is the towns that are generating. If we had a hotel or motel here, then you get a hotel motel tax, and then you would be eligible to get money from the state. But just to go down and get tourism money, it's just about nigh on impossible. But as Wayne mentioned, there's funds that could be used for something like that. It's just. Any other questions? If not, does anyone have any other public comment about the, Leroy, do you have that?
On the starting a ramp, we made an agreement with the other owners. We had to have Paul draft one.
Yeah. In fact, did Brad leave? I was going to give him a copy to show him what he could. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll see if he gets it. Yeah, he'll need to have an agreement. In fact, you got a copy of one. That's the one you did. So we'll draft one for them. Yes, sir.
I just have a quick public comment. First and foremost, I'm speaking as an anonymous citizen voter from Ward 1. Mr. Zimmerman mentioned having recognition brought to the community, and Chief Finney mentioned something about drugs. And this is just for the 8 council members. I read a short article in WJEZ that said the Fairbury Police Department located and basically eradicated a meth lab. From the article, it sounded like this individual was either cooking meth or had just cooked meth, which is extremely dangerous. I don't know if any of you all are familiar with meth labs, but just from what I know, they contain really caustic, nasty chemicals, and they're also explosive. And what it sounded like is this guy was in a car driving around town cooking meth, and as somebody who drives around this community, I don't want to get hit by what is basically a bomb filled with chemicals.
I'm just thankful that our officer caught it. And meth is to the point, to address that even further, as a realtor, if there's a house and it's a known meth lab, that has to be disclosed, because basically you go in and gut the house, because that stuff, if you cook it, gets into the paint, you name it, everything else.
And what I'd like for the council to consider is either at the next council meeting, providing recognition to the officers who were involved in this, because I think it's a big deal, and I think it's a good way of showing the public that the Fairbury Police Department doesn't tolerate this, and if you get caught doing it, you're going to jail for a long time. Or at the very least, direct Chief Finney or Chief Ricky to provide them with letters of commendation. I think the public recognition would be a good deterrent for anybody who's thinking about even doing something like that here. With that said, I think that would project a positive public image, but I'm aware that this community doesn't have a canine, and I was just wondering if the 8 council members would sort of agree to, amongst themselves, start beginning a course of action, either through monetary appropriation or donations. I know I'm willing to donate money to this cause, or through grants to acquire a canine for a police department.
We've discussed that, and it will be ongoing.
So that,
Yes.
so there are aldermen or council
Is
members
does
working on
this
it?
do with anything that's brought up tonight?
Pardon me?
Is this relating to what he's bringing, that was brought up tonight?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. I recognize you, go ahead. Speak,
Well,
please. You raised your hand, I thought you wanted to speak.
I wanted for you to stop
You want me to stop?
so that I can ask a question.
That's why I just said, ask your questions.
I'm trying to. I've been here for over a year, and the issue of the canine has been brought up a year ago, and it's been thought about, tabled, we'll think about it. We've not had an answer of yes or no. It's been over a year. So where are we at with that? Numerous citizens
Basically,
ask
we're
me
negotiating
all the time.
new contract, and technically, since that wasn't discussed in the agenda tonight, we don't even have to answer, but it's been discussed. We're coming into, right now, people get the idea we don't have canines. We have a canine accessible in Chenal, we have one accessible in Pontiac, I think there's one accessible in Gibbs. We have canines accessible if we need them. So the fact that we don't have a canine, and the canine died before I got here, and it wasn't replaced then, so.
That's what my concern is that
Right,
it
yeah,
has.
so this is not
I'm sorry.
something that this council's done.
My concern is it has not been replaced. The canine lived in my home. I know the canine. I knew the canine.
Right.
And so that's why I'm asking why it has not been replaced.
That's something this group of gentlemen have to decide when and if they want a canine. That's their decision, not mine.
It's been over a year, people.
Right now, we're trying to figure out, we're going to put $21 million. And a canine, while a canine is nice, a lot of people I've heard, oh, $10,000 you get a canine. No. $10,000 you get a canine, you got to buy a car, you have to have an officer. A canine is going to cost you $100 grand.
I'm aware of that.
Right,
And
and this is one of the things that comes into discussion. So if anyone has anything else, since that was on the agenda for tonight, we'll entertain it, otherwise I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Do we need an exec session for anything? I see it's on the agenda.
She just normally puts there, we really don't need one.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion to floor to adjourn from Alderman Slater, second from Alderman Kent, we are adjourned.
Yay. I said, must cover you for a while. Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.